Hi, welcome to Cybersecure channel. Continuing with CKS exam essential, the exam outline broadly divided into 6 domains is flashed on the screen. In today's video, we will continue the 6th domain, which is monitoring, logging and runtime security, having 20% weightage as per September 2024 format. Today, we will cover Kubernetes audit logs. Whether you are preparing for the CKS exam or just looking to tighten your cluster security, this video is for you. Let's get started. First, what are the Kubernetes audit logs? Think of them as your cluster security camera. They track every action, who did what, when and where, giving you full visibility into changes, access attempts and potential threats. This is essential for compliance, detecting unauthorized access and investigating incidents. So why should you care? There are 3 reasons. First of all, security. It detects unauthorized access or change to the resources. The second is compliance. It is required to meet regulations like GDPR or HIPAA by maintaining an audit trail. Then is forensics. It is required to it is helpful to investigate incidents with detailed record of events. Without audit logs, you are flying blind in your own cluster. Audit logs capture events at different stages of a request lifecycle. The first is request received, when the request is first hit the API. Then it is response started, when the response headers are sent before the main body. Then is response complete, when the request finishes. The last one is the panic. If something goes drastically wrong, then this kind of log is captured. These stages help you to trace exactly when and where things happen. Not all of the events are logged equally. Kubernetes lets you define what to log using audit policies. The first is none, like it skips logging entirely for certain events. The second is metadata. It logs basic detail, who, when, but not the request and response bodies. The next is request. It logs the metadata plus the request body. And then is request response. It will log everything, maybe it may be metadata, it may be request, and including the response as well. For example, you might log pod changes at request response, but other events at metadata. It depends upon you. You can alter your audit policy according to your own requirement. Now here is a sample audit policy file. It defines the rule for what to log and at what level. Notice how it skips the request receive stage to reduce the noise and focuses on logging pod changes in detail. The catch all rule log everything else at the metadata level. This balance keeps your logs meaningful without overwhelming your own storage. Now, to enable audit log, you will have to configure some additional parameters on the Kubernetes API server, which include your location of audit policy file. And then is audit log path. Then is audit log maximum age, which defines the maximum number of days to retain the all audit log files. Then is the maximum backup, that defines the maximum number of audit log files to retain. Then is audit log maximum size. It defines the maximum size in megabytes of the audit log before it gets rotated. With this, there is also a pro tip. You have to mount these paths properly and plan for log retention to avoid disk issues. So the mounting of volume is an essential step too. Now coming towards the live demonstration as usual, let us first see a sample audit policy. As you can see, the policy is logging changes in secrets at metadata level and changes in system nodes at request response level. while for everything else there is no logging. It doesn't log anything. Now let us add pods as well. Beside the secrets, it will log the changes in the pod at metadata level. After defining the audit policy, let's make some changes in the Kube API server by defining the parameter essential for the logging of these audits. First of all, starting from the location of the audit policy, then we will define the location of the audit log, and then the audit log maximum size, which is 7, and then the audit log maximum backups, and we have maintained the number 2. Now after defining the audit policy and the log directory, we have to mount these two, because if they are not mounted, they will be not accessible to Kube API server. And now starting from the Kubernetes audit policy, for the audit policy we will give the exact name of the policy, and let's call this volume mount as audit, and we may need it to be read only. Then the second part is mounting the log directory. It should be directory. Why it should be directory? Because you have defined that you can have more than one log file. So these more than one log file can be loaded in this particular directory. Now we don't want it to be read only, because the audit logs are saved in these files. So we will just remove the read only feature and make it false. Now defining the volume as well. Defining the path of the Kubernetes audit policy first. And we have declared it as we have to declare it as a file, because we are giving the exact name of the file for mounting. Remember, the F is capital over here. Now again declaring the volume of the log file as well, like the log directory. And it is a directory, and a directory or create means that if directory is not already present, just create it. Now we have declare the parameters of the audit policy, log, and maximum age, maximum backup, and we have mounted we have first defined the volume and then we have mounted it. Now let's see whether the changes are incorporated or not. These changes, changes in the Kube API server, take some time, unless if we have made some error as well, because if Kube API is not working, nothing else will work. Let's see the journal CTL, the logs of the API. Yeah, it is failing, giving some errors. Now let us check the Kube API configuration again. Yeah, we are not getting the Kube API server. So let us check the configuration. Now, keeping in view my exam experience and the experience of the other candidates, the candidates always make mistake in declaring the exact name of the audit file and the log directory. So let's recheck and copy the exact name of the audit policy and the directory for logs. Yeah, you have to be very careful in defining such parameters, because if you make some mistake, then you cannot get the cluster back, because everything depends upon the Kube API, as it is controlling all the API calls. So nothing will work. And to diagnose such mistake, you can check the general CTL and check for the logs over there. You can also check the logs of the CRI CTL. Like there is a command CRI CTL inspect or CRI CTL log of a particular container. And people also recommend that before making changes to the Kube API configuration, like Kube API manifest, just copy it somewhere, so that in case of any drastic mistake, you are able to get the cluster back. Now you can see that there was some mistake in declaring the name of the file. So after changing the file, we are now able to see everything, and we have got our Kube API server back. Now let's check whether the exact logs are being created or not. Let us create a pod with the name of test, and let's see if this changes are recorded by our audit policy or not. Yeah, there is some logs captured by the audit policy. Let's check it again, and as you can see it in a very good format when you use the pipeline JQ. Let's save the event in a test file and check whether we can see the logs created for the pod we just created. As you can see that there are a lot of logs over here, and coming towards the top, yeah, you can see that default in the default namespace, a pod with the name of test has been created, and you can see that timestamp and the stage timestamp, like the date logs have been captured by the audit file, and you can see other logs as well. Now let us have a summary. Kubernetes audit logs are your best friend for security and compliance, which can be implemented at various stages of event generation. If you found this video useful, smash that like button, subscribe for more Kubernetes tips, and drop a comment if you would like a deep dive into the audit policies. Now, this was the last topic of CKS Exam Essential. I hope you had a good experience watching this series. I will like to hear from you guys what you like to watch next. What about Certified Kubernetes Administrator? maybe this is an option. Let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.